meditation. So sitting in a comfortable position. Relax yourself and offer ourselves to the Buddha and the teachers for the security and the guide to practice this path. And bring your attention to the primary object by relaxing the body. And feel the sensation, a sensation of rising and falling of abdomen. Our primary task of the practice is to maintain our awareness of a rising and a falling of abdomen. And whenever there is a distraction, we observe it, acknowledge that, make a mental note and let go. And bring that attention back to the primary object. That's the rising and falling of abdomen. So in this practice, we are sharpening our awareness. And unfolding the realities. As the mind settles, you will experience different types of the lights may appear, feeling of a lightness, feeling of a lifting, feeling of a joy, or even sometimes you may see somebody just speaking behind you, or guiding, or even see the Buddha sometimes. What you have seen is true, but not the reality. Do not take it as a permanent, and do not take it as a reality. That's just the manifestation of the mind. As the mind settles, these will occur. Any experiences, any phenomena that we recognize it as reality, then we perceive it as the truth. And we take it as a permanent, and this is the one. And we are not living with the reality. That experience already has changed. So whatever phenomena that we see and able to be mindful of, it's okay. It is. This is what I am seeing. This is what I am experiencing, but not having any attachment to it. Just come back to the breath again, the rising, falling. We don't have to rush to conclude. We don't have to rush to bring it back to the primary object quickly. In the practice, what we are doing is seeing that reality, that the object that I'm aware of. Take a time. And this taking a time moment is basically making a mental note that this is I am seeing. This is it. And observing its entirety. Patiently working, and after we have seen it, leave it. At that moment, we don't have to push ourselves to leave. Mind already knows the reality and will not be with it anymore, but will search for another object. And here, rather than going into the other objects, we come back to the neutral object that we have been working on. That's the rising and falling of abdomen. So this method, I call it a stop. So seeing things as they truly are, taking time, no need to rush, so T, and observing objectively in its entirety, which is a wisdom part. And once we have fully observed it, patiently observing it, and then bring the mind back to the primary object. And observing this primary object rising, falling. And here, when we are observing rising and falling of abdomen, we are not physically seeing it. We are observing the sensation of the rise and sensation of the fall. If that's a long, knowing it long. If that's a short, knowing it a short. A further practice, I would like you to try to be mindful a little bit deeper that when it arises, is it rising at the same place, in the same pace, or differently? Similar, when it is falling, is it falling at the same speed, the same place, in the same pace, or differently? And when it rises and when it falls, can you experience the expansion of the entire body and contraction of the entire body as it falls? So 2 tasks added in today. One, when we observe the object, this distracted mind, no need to rush. So see it clearly, take your time, observe it objectively in its entirety, and patiently leave to the primary object. And when we are observing the primary object, working with it, and try to be mindful of the different ways that rise and that falls. And then when it rises and it falls, experiencing the expansion and contractions of this body as it rises and as it falls. So continue practicing for some times until you hear the gong.